All right, let's dive right in. Welcome, 8th graders, to today's Explainer. I'm incredibly excited to be with you today as we tackle a pretty massive word, righteousness. Now, I know when you hear a big, heavy theological word like that, it kind of sounds like something only adults or pastors need to worry about, right? But I promise you, righteousness is actually this exciting, lifelong journey. It's definitely not just a stagnant status, it's an adventure that's literally shaping exactly who you are becoming right now in middle school and way beyond.
So I want you to really think about this for a second. How do you actually know if you're walking on the right path in life? Every single day, you're making hundreds of choices. Who you sit with at lunch, what you post online, how you talk to your parents, the effort you're putting into your schoolwork. What is the compass that's guiding those daily directions? Well, today, we are going to discover how God's path provides the absolute ultimate direction for your life.
Section 1. What is righteousness? Let's quickly break down this essential biblical concept by looking at the book of Romans.
Okay, so here is our working definition, and it's basically a two-part deal. Righteousness means being right with God and living according to what is right in His sight. Notice that it's both things. It's our standing before God, meaning we are completely forgiven and accepted, and it's our daily, practical actions. God is righteous. All of His judgments are perfectly righteous, and His incredible way of saving us through Jesus Christ is righteous.
Moving on to Section 2, the starting line, faith. Because every journey has to start somewhere, right?
In Romans chapter 1, we learn that in the gospel, the righteousness of God is revealed from faith to faith. So what does that actually mean? Well, it means the gospel shows us exactly how to be brought into a right relationship with God initially, and then how to continue living out that exact same faith every single day. You don't just start with faith and then suddenly switch to trying to earn it all on your own. No way. It's faith from the very first step all the way to the finish line.
Which brings us to our memory verse of the day. Romans 1:17 says, "For in it the righteousness of God is revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith." You've got to memorize this. To live by faith means we don't just begin our journey by trusting God, we continue in surrendered faith, in joyful obedience, and in total dependence on Him, especially when things get tough.
So, the totally crucial point is this. Romans 3 teaches us that this right standing with God is a 100% gift. We are justified by God's amazing grace through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. You just can't earn it. Back in the day, some people thought they could get right with God through strict religious rituals. But just like you can't earn God's love by doing enough chores or being a perfect student, the Bible makes it crystal clear. Righteousness comes only through genuine faith in Jesus, the Messiah who died and rose again for us.
Section 3. Walking the daily path. Let's look at what happens in our everyday lives.
So think of your journey as having 4 essential signposts, keeping you moving toward God's light. First up is faith, continuing to trust Him. Second is obedience, actually making choices that honor Him. Third is grace, knowing that when you inevitably stumble, His forgiveness is right there to pick you back up. And finally, life, the beautiful, abundant result of walking with Him.
Now, Romans 6 draws a really sharp contrast for us. Before we meet Jesus, we're naturally stuck doing things our own selfish way. The Bible actually calls this being slaves to sin. But righteousness isn't just some label, it's a brand new way of life. We are called to be servants of righteousness. Since we've been set free, it makes absolutely no sense to keep presenting ourselves to sin. We actually get to present ourselves to God.
Let's read our bonus verse together. Romans 6:18 says, "And having been set free from sin, you became slaves of righteousness." I really want to challenge you today. What are you presenting yourself to? When you're just scrolling on your phone or when you're talking about a classmate in a group chat, are you obeying God from the heart? You are free, so choose to serve righteousness.
When you truly grasp how incredible God's righteous gift is, it completely changes your heart. It naturally produces humility because, you didn't earn it. It produces this overflowing gratitude because you're just so thankful for His grace. And it produces genuine obedience because you actually want to honor the God who loves you so much.
Section 4. 3 stages of salvation. Let's look at how this plays out over time.
If you're sitting there thinking, wow, this is a lot to live up to, take a deep breath. You don't have to have everything figured out perfectly today. There are 3 stages to how God saves us. Step 1 is born-again salvation. That's when you first trust Jesus and are immediately brought into a right relationship with God. Step 3 is future salvation, when we look forward to the absolute fullness of life with God in eternity. But right now, you are in Step 2. You are a work in progress. You're actively learning to live righteously by God's grace, His mercy, His Spirit, and His power. Give yourself some grace, because God certainly does as He grows you.
Finally, Section 5, the Godly Learner. Let's tie this all together.
So let's bring all of this right into your classroom today. Why in the world are we talking about the Bible, faith, and righteousness in an explainer when you also have to study math, science, and history? Well, this brings us to the absolute core philosophy of HeroesMart Academy. Getting straight A's simply isn't enough. HeroesMart Academy intentionally intertwines biblical morality with education because education without morality can actually hurt. Think about it for a second. A really smart person without a moral compass, they can use their intelligence to do a whole lot of damage in the world. We don't just want you to be merely capable. Anyone can be capable. We want you to be wise. True knowledge and intelligence should help you make wise, God-honoring choices. It's all about intertwining biblical morality with everything you learn, so that as your brain grows sharper, your heart grows closer to God's righteousness.
Romans 8 verses 6 and 7 teaches us this incredible principle. Keeping the mind spiritually minded leads to life and peace. I want to encourage every single one of you to fiercely pursue academic excellence. Study hard, learn literally everything you can, but as you do, always keep your mind centered on God, on truth, and on wisdom.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought today. Will you use your intelligence simply to be capable, or will you use it to make wise, God-honoring, righteous choices? The path of righteousness is right in front of you, and I honestly can't wait to see how you walk it out this week. Keep pursuing knowledge, keep pursuing God, and make it a fantastic day of learning.